what happened to Killeen club scene, right? What happened to the Wall Street? What happened to the Cirocs? What happened to the Fagos? What happened to the City Lights? What happened to the Taboos? Is it the music? Is it our generation decided to do other things like chill with the family, hit lounges, hit restaurants? Or is we giving the people what we think they need instead of what they want? Is the club goers still the same? Hell, we don't know. Everybody think they got an idea. But right here tonight, man, I got some guys that's heavy in the game. They've been in the game for a minute. I got my man Enrique. Y'all know him for Taboo, bringing down a lot of celebs. He got a lot of experience in the game. Been in the game for a minute, man, and he definitely done did his thing, man. He known in the city, the stamp that bringing Taboo, bringing celebrities down back to back to back. You know what I mean? Doing what he do. And then we got the club god himself, Jimmy Haskin, man. You dig? Ask your mama about it. Ask your auntie about him. The man been in the game for a minute, from the bartending to the DJ, the dance floor, from the door lady, from outside the club to inside the club. I don't learned a lot of things from this guy myself. So we do got them in the building, man, and we just gonna jump into this and see what's happening, man. So welcome to the stage, man, and I appreciate y'all guys on the platform, Black Mustard, man. What's going on, Enrique?
What's up, baby? Appreciate you having me, dog. Appreciate you, man.
Already. What up, Jimmy?
What up, Johnny Mo? How's it go?
Everything good, man. So we
Well,
just gonna
that's
start
good.
out with something basic, man. You dig what I'm saying? If I can ask you guys, like if you could share about me a little bit of your background, you know what I mean, and how y'all got started in what we call the world of club promoting or running clubs. Like, how did y'all get started?
I'll let Mr. Jimmy go first because his story came before mine.
Already, I respect
Getting
that.
started for me was a trip. It was one of those things. I had my partner was at the club. He was running the club back in the 80s, 85, 90 type thing. I pulled up on I pulled up on the scene about 95, about in the 94, first of 95, and it
Yeah,
was City Lights, and that's when it was City Lights, the original City Lights. So you know I was there, so I asked for a job. He said, "Yeah, come on, you can be with me." And
right.
we went out there, and he stuck me outside. I'm like, "Man, this ain't my this ain't my territory. This ain't something I like to do. Is be hanging outside." But then after I was outside, that's when you get to mingle, meet the people, get
Right.
to know how the club system is going. So I was out there
Yeah.
for a minute. I told him I can't stay out here long, but I
Yeah.
can't. He let me hang around outside. So I just eased my ass on the inside. He be hollering, "What you doing inside?" I said, "I'm tired outside." so so eventually he said,
Yeah.
"Okay." He said, "Okay, motherfucker, you just stay inside." So I started staying inside at the door, and I got impatient with that, and after a while, I stayed at the door for a while, checking, just checking people going in, checking people going in, and
Yeah.
then he had to go. He had to go. He left and went to Atlanta. When he left and went to Atlanta, I was still at the door. There was another brother there named Rock, and Rock was in there for a while at City Lights. He was in there, but then Rock had to take off. When Rock took off, it was my time to step up. So when I stepped up, that was it. When I stepped up the game, I started changing things, doing things different. Getting really involved with the people was the thing, and trying to take care of the people. That's the most important to me. The camaraderie with the people, and the respect for the workers, and trying to
So
go.
so 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 when you hopped in the game, right? So you said that you started off, you know what I mean, your homeboy, you wanted the job, then you started off on the rock as well. So you appreciate that though, right? Because a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
people don't
with all
appreciate that
means.
experience,
That's how I get.
right?
That's how I get in the. That's how I got in the game. That's how I really got in the game. From
Okay.
from through art and rock, through art. Actually through art, and
Yeah.
then just picked up learning the game because there's a lot to the game. So,
Okay.
and once I got in there and they started appreciating me, I started appreciating them, and then I started touching where they wasn't touching and seeing things start to grow. Then it's just that's the way it went. That's where it went from there. You know.
Already. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Suave.
What's up? Talk to me, man. What you over there sipping, man?
Man, I'm sipping on some crown right now, man.
That's what I'm missing right now. A drink. I'm gonna
Yeah,
get. We
it's
gotta
a
get a
smooth
break so I can go get me a drink real
crown.
quick.
So yeah, what got you started, man? A little bit about your background. What you got you started in the industry of club promoting, man?
Uh, be honest, I was a club head before I ever tried to make a dollar out of club. I was one of those guys. I was Thursday at Wall Street, Friday. What was Friday, Mr. Jimmy?
On Friday, Wall Street. Well,
Wall Street was
Friday,
25 and up.
huh?
No, Wall Street was 25 and up on Saturday. Ciroc.
Right, right. The City Lights was always Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That was City Lights.
Every day the club was open was the days I was in the club.
Yes.
Even if I had a job, I had to be at work at 7, 8 in the morning. I'll
Yeah.
figure out a way. I'll get the 2, 3 hours of sleep. I charge to the game.
You
Yeah,
in there.
boy.
Every day, Johnny Mo. It was really
Yeah.
toxic, super toxic. But long story short, I was in the club every day. So I was pretty familiar with because I was a customer. So I'm pretty
Yeah.
familiar with what I like and what I don't like, or where I want to be, from the Junction 45s to Wall Street to Cirocs, the executives, all the holes on the walls you can name. I've been to all of them. But at the same time, I was still trying to figure out what I wanted to do in life, and I was still straddling the fence as far as being in the streets, and it got to a point where, like, man, I got to do something legit. And the first event I did with no mentor, no help, no knowledge of what I was doing was, hey, I'm gonna bring the twerk team out here. That was my first event, bringing the twerk team out here. I've never threw a party, never ran a club, a show, anything. I was like, hey, I'm gonna bring them up. All I thought about was a profit. Was like, hey, they cost this. I
Yeah.
can make about 10, 15 off of them. Okay,
Yeah.
do that. And the first event, I literally had every rapper you could think of, every rapper that was hot in their neighborhood. They performed that night. You talking about GYB, Young Kobe, Day everybody from the Willow Springs, everybody from the 4-1 there, like all the hot people were performing that night, and the city came out. From that point on, I'm like, oh yeah, this is easy. All I gotta do is get the word out, and that's where In Your Face came about, because it was kind of like, hey, as long as we get the word out, everybody gonna know about it. So
Yeah.
you know,
So that's when he got it. So you profit pretty good that night, and you was like, "Hey, man, this is what I'm gonna do from now on, man. I think I'm
nah,
pretty good
definitely,
at this."
definitely.
You
I
had
didn't
the
know.
city
I'll
in the
be honest
clutch.
with you, I didn't know what I was gonna do or
Yeah.
how I was gonna do it, because I didn't have a venue. I asked somebody, I think it was Smoke. I asked him about using his venue to throw a concert. He was like, "Yeah, cool, cool." And around that time, Twerk Team was real hot. It was real
Yeah.
hot. I spent about $3,000 on them. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I spent like
Yeah.
$3,000 on them, and we made about 15. So I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is
That's
easy."
it, huh?
Oh yeah, I
That's
love this type of money.
it.
Hey, from that point on, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try to get into the entertainment lifestyle. And the fact, like I said, I was a spender. I was one of those guys about go to the bar, spending
Yeah.
all the money every week,
Yeah.
buy clothes every day, buy sneakers, be at the mall. So I kind of,
Yeah.
like I said, I was a customer, so I kind of knew what people like too.
Already. And then I remember Pat. You remember Pat?
Hmm.
Pat over there where Blueprint at now. Pat
It
had that
was,
spot. You dig what I'm saying?
it
And
was
Pat who?
Pat, I don't forgot Pat last name, man.
Pat was in and out like a robbery, Jimmy. He was
Yeah,
in.
he
Yeah,
was
Pat
in
was
and
in
In
out.
the
there for a
game.
whole minute because what's my boy name? Dang, I can't call his name. Took it over. That
Q.
not Q. Q was down at where was that club down there?
He
The
was
big
running
club.
blue. He was running that Blueprint building.
Yeah, that's where Q was. Q had that joint down there
Mm-hmm.
because Q had that the same time that Dominique had the Garden Palace. He had
Mm-hmm.
that the same time the Garden Palace was over there. Pat, I know Pat. I'm
Pat was
trying
in
to
the game for about a year. It was a
Yeah,
military
think.
Pat
base.
was in and out. Pat
Yeah, he was in
In
broke
and out.
down
and
Kevin Gates, and he said, "After this, I'm gone."
yeah,
Yeah.
then my boy came up behind him. I can't call his name. Yeah, I remember the other big brother. He was a Spanish dude that came up. He a realtor. He got apartments and things, and then he took it over.
Mm.
Yeah,
Crescent was pretty good, but the only fall back on Crescent, it took you 30 minutes to get a drink.
that's
As
it.
Mm.
man, see, because they
That was
got them.
before my time, though, right, Mr. Jimmy?
No,
No, Crescent
you
Lounge.
coming on.
No, I
You
hit
Oh,
Crescent
Crescent,
Lounge.
Crescent Lounge. Okay,
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
you
never been there,
came.
but yeah, I know
Yeah,
you're talking.
you was coming in the game around that time.
yeah, yeah.
Around that time that he had it down there. Yeah,
Hey,
and
so Enrique, what year was that when you did your twerk competition?
2011.
2011. Okay, that's the time I came down here. Okay, then 2011. Then 2012, 13, 14. And what time did Taboo just start running? Like what year was that? Like
That was
2015?
2016, June
Six.
2016. It was operating. Mr. Jimmy can tell you because I'm pretty sure he was in and
Yeah.
out too.
Yeah,
Mr. Jimmy was working with Basil and them at that time, weren't you?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think
With
Mr. Jimmy
Taboo,
was at Wall Street, so he
yeah, I
was.
was at no at that time. Let me see, was it Wall Street or Taboo? I mean, a Starlight. It was Starlight. Yeah, Starlights was there. So it was Starlights, Taboo, Wall Street. Yeah, so that's how it was, and that was the whole thing about it. They had it all twisted, man. They was going by the shit all backwards. You could feel the bias in there. You could feel that they
Who is they, Jimmy? Who is they?
who
When you say
just the
they was
owners, the owners. Yeah, I said the owners.
okay, at what club you talking about? At City
All
Lights?
of them,
All
because
of them. They
the
ran
owner
all of them.
owned, one
They ran
owner
all
owned
of them.
all the clubs.
Oh, okay then.
They run
Okay.
all the clubs. It was
Yeah, they
really
had,
monopoly, monopoly.
yeah, they had all, and they could, and since they had all the clubs, they had it monopolized. See, they kept the buildings. That all they wanted to do was get the buildings. They didn't give a shit about uh this small building here. They wanted all the big buildings. That's how they end up with Chirac. That's
Yeah.
how they end up with down there where Blueprint is. We had that. We had that. We could have
Yeah.
went in there and we could have locked that down. We had Wall Street and they had City Lights and Starlight. So they could have
Yeah.
had all those clubs at one time if they'd have done it right. But
I
Hey,
think
let me ask you something. So, I we just talked about, you know what I mean, how we got started in the game. You know what I'm saying? And I want to ask y'all this though. You know what I mean? Fast forward. Uh, what is some of the biggest challenges as a club promoter? Like, what is the biggest challenge that you had to face as a club promoter, Jimmy?
dealing with the owners, that was always the biggest problem. Because
That
Mr.
was it.
Jimmy could, I don't even, I never spoke to Mr. Jimmy on this level, but I'm pretty sure, even though we come from two different times, is he had a lot of ideas. I have a lot of ideas, but at the end of the day, we're not the owners, so we can only
Right.
do so much. We can only say so much. We can only implement what we want to a certain extent. So we could we could have the best ideas in the world, bro, but we were really capped off with certain things that we wanted to do. You know,
Right.
truth be told, me and you've had this conversation that the owners are in control. Till you become the
Yeah.
owner, you really don't have the control.
Right.
yeah,
So
and that's the bottom line. We have all the great ideas. We had all the great ideas. We had all the
Yeah.
followers. The people would follow us. The people would go be wherever we at because they
But
wanted it.
y'all, what you was doing? I remember you had the script off Jimmy's. And Enrique, I remember you had the balloon let down. You did your things on you had the what that was you did on Thursdays was like something like open mic. People get up there and
oh, we did
perform and shit. There,
the
there was y'all thoughts that y'all implemented, right? You feel
no
what I'm saying?
fact.
And then a dance off was your something that you implemented as well, though, Jimmy, right?
Not all of it. No, a lot of it was already established. A lot of it
Okay.
was established, like City Lights. When City Lights, see all those things at City Lights back in the
Yeah.
day. When City Lights was City Lights on Wednesday night, it was always male. It would be the male strip off on
Okay.
Wednesday night. Then on Thursday night, you got a amateur contest on Thursday night at City Light.
Yeah.
Friday night would just be, like a letdown Friday. Saturday night is party night. Sunday night would always be female dancers. So each night from Wednesday through Sunday, when City Lights was established and was going on, that's how that's how it went. That's how it went. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So those contests, a lot of those contests that we was doing in City Lights, when we was at the other club, we just did pretty much some of the same thing.
So if I was a listener listening to this podcast right now, and I was asking myself, how in the hell they couldn't do or present what they want to the owners, and I'm bringing in money already. You feel what I'm saying?
I tell you
Why
why.
wouldn't they open to the changes that y'all suggest?
Because
I I I
go
I
ahead, go ahead.
I'll tell you why. We did business. Me and Mr. Jimmy, we did business. But
Yeah.
above us, there was the bigger business. When that bigger business is not taken care of right,
Right.
it trickled down on us. You know, whether it's hey, can't pay this, or hey, we
Yeah,
can't do this, and it affects us. Even though we weren't in control. I mean, we could say something like the AC broke. We're not in control. You
Right.
know, there's a lot of things that I feel that if I was in control of, a lot of things wouldn't happen. And not saying that I was the best because even at this day and age, I'm still learning because there was
Right. Right.
still
Right.
things
Right.
I don't know about a club, you know,
Right.
that I still gotta learn. But to be honest with you, we took care of business, but they took care of the bigger business. So in
Mm-hmm.
order for the business below them to work, they had to be taking care of their business, you
Right.
know. And
but
it,
at
that's
the at the same time, it's just certain things they just wouldn't let us do. We come up with an idea to do this, or come up with an idea to do this. They said, "No, this is not generating. This is not generating enough income. We got to go to do something else." So they was always switching up, and that was one of the downfalls. I know at Wall Street was one of the downfalls because you can see how many names went through Wall Street.
Right.
Uh,
Right. Right. Right.
they changed it to this name. They changed it to this name. When they went from mangoes, and then you came over there, Mo, and you had an
Yeah.
idea, so they would like jump on every idea, but they wouldn't let down go for a long time. And why I said they was greedy because I don't know if y'all remember when Wild Country burned down. When
Yeah.
Wild Country burned down, and Oz was over there, and Oz was like the biggest club, one of the biggest clubs. Oz was the biggest damn club, but it was predominant white. See, it
Yeah.
was predominant white. That was all the white people would go to R. So all the white people would go to R. All the black people would go to City Lights. And they were wanted to be so segregated at times when the two clubs let out, they had to block it off in between Taboo and block it off in between Taboo and R's and City Lights because it was that many
So
people.
Oz was the old taboo,
No, R's
no,
was on Wall Street
City Lights
and
was
what was in City Lights was what
where the
you
Taboo was, where
where
the
taboo.
Taboo was. So, but
okay.
in 2000, City Lights was in Taboo,
Okay.
but we wanted to move. Sam Station is where um, Starlights is. See, it was
Right.
Sam Station before it became Taboo. So in 2000, we wanted to move from City Lights to Sam Station. So the way we had to do that, I remember just as clear on the night before at 2000 in 2000 supposed to go to 12 at 12 o'clock. They thought everything, you know how they thought everything was going to flip and go crazy because it was going into 2000 from 1999.
Yeah. 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 I
So,
remember that.
yeah, and for to do that, what I had to do is organize all the people in the club, the DJs and the bouncers and everything, and we moved from Taboo, which was original City Lights,
Right.
into Sam Station. Because Sam Station was a country club, and it was sitting there and it wasn't doing nothing. And
Okay.
the owner at the time that was over there, he really hated that shit that we moved over in there. So I moved a DJ. I moved one DJ over there, kept the music going on in City Lights. I moved the DJ over to Sam Station, which was going to become City Lights. And then I took ahead all the people to keep their drinks in their hand, and we marched across the street to
Across
Sam.
the street, like
Yeah,
outside.
yeah, we marched across the parking lot. I said across the parking lot
So,
with drinks.
so motherfucker had the
Yeah,
drink in
they
their
had all
hand,
drinks.
marching
I
across the
told
street.
keep all drinks, and they just marched right into Sam Station, and they
Yeah.
was hating it, and they hated it when they went in there
Why would
because
they hate that for?
because it was a set up as a country club. It was a country
Okay.
club, but when they
Okay.
went in there, that's how it was set up. But
Oh, okay.
after a couple of weeks, it
Yeah.
was on. It was on and popping.
It
It
was
was
on
on.
and pop.
Yeah, because
Already.
I hated when it burned down because I had established one thing in the lobby that I called what I call that damn thing when you come into the lobby. I used to take people pictures and hang their
Hang
anything
your
they get to
pictures on.
fighting with, anything they got to fighting
The
or whatever.
band,
Huh?
the
I'd
band,
hang. What's that?
the band list. Everybody that was banned.
No, no, shit, man. What I can't call the name of that damn thing. It was a wall. I call it a wall of shame. It was a wall of shame. That's what I had to call the wall of shame because anybody that got in the fight in there that night, they might lose drawers, they might lose a skirt, they might use a shoe or
Yeah.
whatever, and I would hang it up on that wall in the lobby. and call it the wall. And I had to put across the wall of shame. So people would, when they
Yeah,
came, they see the different shit. This is what's going
yeah.
on. These motherfuckers coming here and fight. So I
So
really,
look. So look at this, man. So I know it's a lot of challenges, man, and it's a lot. I know it was a lot of challenges, even outside the owners. You know what I mean? They're just naming the biggest challenge. But also on the flip side, though, uh, what is some of the rewarding aspects? Like, come on, you a club owner, you running a spot. You telling everybody what to do. You got that identity. You got your platform. You got thousands or hundreds of motherfuckers who coming to see you each and every weekend. What was some the most rewarding aspects that y'all dealt with?
My rewarding aspect was my homeboys and everybody eating around me. That was rewarding. Uh,
Everybody eating.
everybody eating around
So
me.
it was very profitable in the club business,
yeah,
Definitely, definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
Jimmy. So it was very profitable because a lot of people, if
yeah. Everybody, look, I made sure everybody ate. That's
yeah,
one thing. I made sure everybody got paid. However I done it, I did it. I'm not gonna say I was done, but it was
yeah,
done. Everybody
yeah,
know they got paid because, like I said, when City Lights first started, we was working over that joint for like $4.25 an hour when it started over there.
yeah,
And and it was crazy. We was doing it was so much work to be done simply
yeah,
because it wasn't zoned. I don't know if y'all know at where Chevron is and across the street during that time, that was dry.
yeah,
So I mean, beer trucks and the alcohol, they couldn't bring it there because it was
yeah,
dry. So the only reason we could get it, it was private clubs. So in order for us to get beer to the clubs, we had to get up, rent a U-Haul, go to Temple, to Budweiser, and the Corona place. What it was, forgot the name of. You go to those two places, load up 100 cases of fucking beer, bring it back, unload it. Every Thursday night, we would always unload it for the weekend. So after the strip off was done,
yeah.
the bouncers couldn't go nowhere because they had to download maybe 175 to 100 cases of beer every week. And that's
So
how we
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So without an artist coming down, or what do you think the most you made one night as a club promoter just from the door, Jimmy?
one night from the door. I'd say we made anywhere from with no artists coming down.
No artist coming down, nothing like just a regular club night.
I'd say anywhere from 20 to 25 grand
At the door?
at the door.
Enrique, what you got to say? If you could say how much you made at a door, if you don't mind, with no artist coming down, just the open Saturday,
No New Year's or nothing like that.
no New Year. I mean, it could be New Year's. I don't give a damn.
Oh,
Just long as there's no artist involved, you bringing down no celebrity or nothing like that.
About 22, 23K. That wasn't no Saturday night deal. That was like a New Year's, but on a Saturday, like the best Saturday night we had, probably about 16,
it's
17.
money in the club. It's money.
17, 16 to 70. That's what I'm saying.
And I could tell you now because I ain't doing anything now, but yeah, that was only 50%.
There was
And
only
then
50%. What you mean by that for the people?
50% of the door.
There was that
That was 50% of the door.
was
So
50%.
yeah, so
Off of one night, just straight off the door, you can make that much off the door. So
mhm.
so so Jimmy, like you say you made 25. So back then, you was charging like what? 10, like
uh,
did you
uh,
ever charge like 20? Usually you charge like 10. You dig what I'm saying? Or get in or
it
skip
was
line.
always 5 and 10. 5 and 10. Females was always free on Thursday night. Females always
Yeah,
free on Thursday night. Over
yeah,
21 feet every Thursday. Friday
yeah,
night, if they got there a certain time, they be free. So
yeah,
it wasn't no money. It wasn't you pay, they wasn't paying nothing. They weren't paying $5. The guys paid
yeah,
10. So it wouldn't, but that's the people, that's where they congregated. That's where all the people would congregate. I wouldn't give a damn what's going on in town. City lights, Thursday night, you can
yeah,
forget it. Everybody, everybody in
We
the mammy
yeah,
be in
yeah,
sleep.
nobody go out on those Thursdays no more. Back then, like going in a work day night, going to the club, that
yeah.
was now that I think about it, I'm like, damn, that was insane. They would have 700, 800 people on a work night
Yeah.
in
So
the club.
Jimmy, let me ask you something. So we gonna pop into this, man. All right. So let me ask you this, Jimmy. Um, you know the game done changed a lot, man.
Oh yeah.
Enrique, the game done
Oh yeah.
changed a lot. You dig what I'm saying? So this episode right here is about the Killeen scene. I mean the Killeen club scene, right? Um, so do you see a big difference in how it used to go and how is it ran now these days? And what like it's not popping like it used to. You know, we wanted to go out. We wanted to, something to do. The only things that seem like it's surviving, I don't know, but MJ's are a and that's not even a club. That's just a bar. MJ's, O Box, and stuff like that. Them been around for a cold minute. But the Killeen club scene has changed tremendously, man.
You know
And
what?
why do you think that?
I think it is that because the whole everything changed. Socialized thing. The telephones changed. The people changed.
Yeah.
Everything changed because
Money change.
up in this day here, everybody after the COVID, it was a it was a wrap then in the COVID. And I don't know what goes on out there now. I don't know what's happening out there now. How the clubs are going. Or I don't know nothing about what's
But
going on.
Rike, you can speak on that. Before the COVID, it was like the COVID came around like 2020, right? Like when it just hit. 2019, we was hearing about it, but right around March 2020. So before then, you wasn't you had let Taboo go, right?
Yeah,
Before
so I
2020.
was at Aqua Lounge, right?
You was at Aqua Lounge then,
And we
yeah.
started off real slow. But when
Right.
I tell you by the third week, Aqua Lounge, that small little building was packed out every week. Like literally the last 3, 4 weeks that we had, it
Yeah.
was just getting packer and packer and packer and packer. But then COVID hit.
Yeah.
Right.
So when it was time to go back and try to do Aqua Lounge again, it was very hard. Like we don't know, really don't know which way to go. But the biggest thing to me was not only was COVID the biggest problem, but I also think the cultural change. When
Yeah.
I say
Yeah.
cultural change as far as Killeen as a whole, when I go back as far as hey, there was only Ellison and Killeen back in the day. Uh, where football games were packed. I'm talking about high school football games were
Yeah, yeah,
packed.
yeah.
The culture change was a lot different. It felt more home based. But now Killeen is so what you want to say? We're so diverse. I think we got even more diverse than we was back then. That
Yeah.
now there's no we're not a city, we're a town. You
Yeah.
can't tell me Killeen's a city. We're a town. We don't have any culture out here no more.
Yeah.
Because
No.
it's
Right.
No. No.
like when I
But
asked people, hey, what y'all doing for Thanksgiving? Nobody know what they're doing. It's kind of like a lot of people didn't do anything. Back then, it
Right,
was like,
right,
hey,
right.
it's a no-brainer. We know where we're going. We know what we're
Yeah, yeah,
doing.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
know who at the door. We know who's gonna be
So
DJing.
so do- so do you think technology got a lot to do on how the industry changed in the club scene? Do you think technology got something to do with it?
I
Jimmy,
think
you can speak on that as
I
well.
think it's a little bit of everything, Johnny. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can
it
ask me
could-
that question a million times. I can't pinpoint what it was. I'm gonna blame
Yeah,
COVID for first and foremost. I'm gonna always blame COVID first.
yeah.
Then
Yeah.
after that, I think it's a little bit of everything. Like even me personally, I'm 36 now. When I first started doing that, I was what 22, 23.
yeah,
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 when I first started doing it, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, damn, I don't even like to be like back in the day. You could tell me, hey, 1,000 people there. That's where I want to go. I
Yeah.
don't want
yeah,
to go where 1,000 people at no more.
No.
I
No.
want to go where 100 people at. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
The
I
I
whole
feel
want
you. I feel you on that.
and
so
see
Yeah,
maybe
that
I'm like, maybe I'm changing. I don't know, because I asked myself, hey, I just spoke to somebody. I think it was Kurt. I just talked to Kurt the other day, and I was asking him, hey, if Taboo, if they was a call and say, hey, I got the keys to Taboo, I don't think we'd be able to pack it out like it used to be.
no.
right,
No.
I don't care if it was free. I don't think you're gonna be able to pack it out like it used to be.
right.
You
But
can't
see
tell me that we're gonna get 1,000
the
people,
whole
seven
for
hundred to
me
1,000 people out every Saturday. I don't see it.
Yeah,
the whole thing is the whole social life type thing because before all the phones and everything, people came to the club to party. They came to
mm-hmm.
the club to party. They cut after that, and then started. The people come to the club. There wasn't no party, wasn't no dancing. Everybody standing around on the damn cell phone. There wasn't no
Yeah.
communication. So if you're not communicating and you're not trying to get to learn, know people, when
Yeah.
you come to the club, what the hell are you there for? Because I used to do a screw and nut thing just to
Yeah.
get people together. I give the women a screw and I give the guys a nut, and I have
Mm-hmm.
them walk around and try to just match it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
match it so that it gives them some type of conversation piece. Where
Yeah.
they,
Yeah. Yeah.
hey girl, let
Uh-huh.
me see if my screw fit your nut. Let me
And
see
that
it.
was working. Was it working?
Yeah, it was working because
Uh,
whoever wanted it, whoever did it, I had a
yeah.
guy that was doing a limousine service. He was doing a limousine service. So whoever won, I would give them a limousine. They would get picked up by a limousine.
Right.
They would go to dinner, movie, whatever they wanted to. Then I have the VIP spot already set up for them, and then
Right.
he would pick them up and bring them to the club in the limousine because if they wanted to. Just because the nut and screw match don't mean that they wanted to, because it
Yeah.
be
Yeah. Yeah.
could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was some of the ways I used to get a lot of people to just communicate with each other,
Because even before COVID, taboo was already dying down. I had
That's what
left.
I'm saying.
I
That's what
left
I'm
for
saying.
eight
Like
months
before
and came
COVID,
back.
it was already dying down.
That's
So
fact.
what do you think happened before COVID though? Because it was going downhill before then. What do you
because
think happened? What was
And
it?
you know, back
Was
then, what Mr. Jimmy said earlier, that the city was monopolized by a group of guys, so they literally controlled all the clubs. When I jumped into Taboo, you probably had country rock. That was it. That was the only people to me that did the same thing we were doing. We were both targeting the same type of crowds.
right, right,
Now you have 6, 7 bars. They all target the same crowd. Then
yeah,
you have nightclubs as well. Now you have after hours. Back then we didn't have after hours like that. Now you
right,
have 3, 4 after hours.
right,
So
right, right,
now
right, right.
people don't even want to go to the club at 9, 10 o'clock. They want to leave the house at 12:31 a.m.
yep,
You
Yeah,
notice that people want to go out at 1 a.m. now. Back
yeah,
then, hey, we close the club at 2. We don't want to
yeah,
keep this thing open at 3. Let's close it at 2.
yeah.
I
and
think
then
that was
That's
a, I think that was one of the big things too, right there. Johnny Moe was after hours got invented too. You notice it. All the after
it
hours
did.
are jumping right now. You put
They
all those
are.
after hours together, they got 1,200, 1,300 people.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
because see they changed.
But
I
but
don't know. They changed
but
the
let me let me let me
BYOB.
let me ask this, Jimmy. So do we think it's a club thing, or is this because if we go to Houston, we go to Dallas, right? We go to Austin, right? Did the pandemic affect them like that, or if we go down there, is the club still popping, or is it just a Killeen thing?
they got a culture. That's a city. They got a culture that's in place that can't be broken, even if they fall off for a second. We can be broken. We don't have no culture. We don't have no.
That's
We don't
true
have.
that, true that. And then it was so segregated. Yeah, I don't see really understand how segregated that the owners made it. It was segregated. To Starlights, you can see how they used to do. People go to Starlight. People who come to Starlights, if they black and come to Starlights,
Oh,
they was dressed well enough to get in Wall Street because I had a standard at Wall Street, but they were
yeah,
dressed well enough to get in Wall Street, but they can go to Taboo the way they could get in Wall Street, but couldn't get in Taboo
yeah, yeah.
because they was black. And
So
and I know
you
it.
think it
Ain't no
had a
fake
lot to
shit.
do with the owners? You
It
think
had
it has
everything to do. Had everything to do with them. Everything.
right?
Everything. If they
So
let you
if
go,
the owners, but if the owners making money, right? Even though if they black, white, got them yellow, brown, if they
making
making
money with the
money,
black. They was making money with the
right?
black. Okay, so
Yeah,
just take for instance
Making money off the blacks.
off
yeah,
the black. You're right. They was making
yeah,
money off the blacks because Taboo, not Taboo, Starlights. You see how they didn't want blacks in Starlights. See, Starlights was actually supposed to be the rebuild of City Lights,
yeah,
but because Wild Country got got their club and was a bigger club, the owner of that area of Starlights, he was like, hell no, we're not bringing back City Lights. We're gonna do something to compete with Frank at Wild Country. That was the whole thing, and that's why they put Starlights up and kicked City Lights to the curb. City Lights went from club to club when Starlights were built. When on Thursdays and something, they be in Taboo, and then on Saturdays we had to move out into Wall Street to have city lights because Taboo had things going on Fridays and Saturdays.
He just
So
upgraded, man. Like he just said, thing on the owners, like we were making money. We were making a lot
yeah,
of money.
yeah, money,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it got to a point where, we would talk about, hey, in a couple months, like I remember going in, he's like, hey, what do you want the club to be called? I don't want it to be called Taboo.
Who
No,
who
I
who
no.
said that? Who said what do you want the club to be called? Who said that?
basically,
Okay, the owner.
I try to
Okay.
change the name, and he's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it. Let's make some money first, and in three
Yeah.
to 6 months we'll change the name. Name never got changed. Oh,
Hmm.
once we make some more money, we're gonna upgrade all the sections upstairs. We're gonna
Yeah.
remodel the upstairs. It never got remodeled. So you think about it.
Boy, that motherfucker was gaslighting the fuck out of us. That's all he was
How
doing.
many sections was in Taboo, Johnny Mo?
Uh, I don't remember too many like that.
But
I
just
remember a
think about
few. I remember a
this
few. I remember a few sections over there when you go upstairs in Taboo, and then a little section to the.
to
You
the
go
right.
upstairs. I remember like a couple of couches over
It
there.
was
Yeah,
two on the bottom, and then that one big area over there. I said, "Hey, we're
Yeah,
gonna
that
make
big area.
a strip club where they can't. It's not gonna be new, but we're gonna do the strip club upstairs, 21 and up.
Yeah,
We'll put security by the stairs. We'll make it 21 and up only. Hey, I'm gonna put stripper poles. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. It never
yeah.
got done. So it's kind of like we had the mind to keep upgrading, to keep, like Mr. Jimmy says about the customer. So,
Right,
hey,
right,
we
right,
want
right.
something new. We want to show you something new. We want to keep everything,
right.
interesting. But it's like at the pace I was trying to move, he was trying to move. I was buying stuff for the club. It
Yeah,
wasn't my job to do, but it was like, hey, we need it. I'm gonna go ahead and buy certain stuff like couches and stuff like that. But
yeah,
Yeah, it was crazy, man. Just think, you can. I try to get him not even to name the club Funky Monkey, and just think about it, Funky Monkey. I said, what the fuck are y'all talking about? How y'all think y'all gonna name a club Funky Monkey and expect us to come to this motherfucker?
I remember that.
I said, yeah, yeah, y'all got life
really.
twisted.
So
Willie,
you
my
saying
ass.
they came up with that name,
They came
Funky
up. I
Monkey?
had a name. The name that I had for the motherfucker said, "Look, let's name this motherfucker Night Flight." I said, if we name this motherfucker Night Flight, and we said we be at 40,000 feet by 11 o'clock,
Hmm.
like we was taking the flights in this motherfucker, and this motherfucker
Yeah.
finna get to go. No, no, no. They gonna name it some army club, some type of army name, trying to draw the military. I said, y'all motherfuckers sick. This is bullshit. Well, we're gonna name it the Funky Monkey. I said, y'all motherfuckers crazy. Y'all think we coming to a motherfucking club where y'all calling it a funky monkey?
Yeah. Yeah.
they,
Hey, so Jimmy, if and Enrique, so for other club promoters or people who coming up, um, who want to be club promoters, from y'all experience, you dig what I'm saying, and what y'all dealt with, you know what I mean, and what y'all challenges that y'all overcome. What advice will you give upcoming club promoters?
And it's
you have
so
to be that only like today, like you said, the culture has changed so much. With the people have changed so much. To
Yeah.
give it then advice, you just have to go with what's working today. You had to go with what it is today. You had to go with it. Ain't no segregation. Ain't no different colors. Ain't no shit. It's got to be a melting pot in anything or any club you put up. Make it
Right.
a melting pot. Make
Okay.
some gumbo in that motherfucker, but you want everybody, every color, everything is welcome in this motherfucking club for you to make the money because black people ain't the only one got green money. Everybody got that motherfucking green money.
Right.
So you had to cater to every what is it, nativity,
Yeah. Yeah.
high,
Yeah. Yeah.
every race. You got
Yeah.
well, if you're doing that and got the right people, because you always got these some shiesty motherfuckers that you like I always say, you got a motherfuckers that's assigned to you and you got motherfuckers that's attached to you.
Right.
So
Right. Right. Right.
you need to work with them motherfuckers that's assigned to you. And don't fuck with them motherfuckers that's attached to you because those attached to you is going they're attached for you to that for that reason. That reason, okay, you got the club. I'm gonna attach myself to you so I can suck you out of
Yeah. Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
those are
do you think if you had a club, right, and you had the people around you, do you think you can pack that club out now?
now I wouldn't say I could. I wouldn't say because I really couldn't say because I don't know the culture and the nightlife of the people. For me, I wouldn't know because it's a younger generation. The
Yeah,
people that used to come out and I used to camaraderie with and enjoy being around are
right.
older people. So the young people today, I don't know. It had to be somebody in their age bracket to be able to draw 'em.
Right.
And you wouldn't be able to draw the people today like
Yeah.
they was drawn when we was doing the club system. That shit is gone. For
Yeah.
Killeen, it's gone. For anywhere else, I don't know. But for Killeen, it's gone. It's
Okay.
gone as far as I'm concerned. I don't know. I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you. So
So
if you like you trying to do your thing,
yeah.
which way are you trying to go with yours?
Right. Right.
Which way you trying to go with yours?
I'm trying to do I'm trying to do like a little lounge spot. I don't want no club scene.
That can be smart.
I don't
Okay.
feel like the club scene is my target right now. I don't even think I can compete with them clubs. I'm not in the streets like that. I'm not from Killeen like that enough to be in the streets like that. You feel what
No,
I'm saying?
That's
So
exactly.
I
another
got to
thing,
be on
Johnny.
some. Huh?
That's another thing right there. You said being in the streets.
Yeah.
I ain't in the streets no more. What I mean by that is I'm not in the mix. I'm not in the club every weekend no more.
Right,
You
Yeah.
right. Shit. It's
So
hard.
I really can't tell you what exactly everybody like, but I know me personally, like on a Friday or Saturday, I'm okay with it every week, bro. Hey, you pull up at my house, you pull up with wifey. I don't care if you pull up with the kids. It might be a kid night where everybody coming
Yeah.
over, or it might just be the adults kicking it at the house. So that's the same type of vibe that I think, especially because we're about the same age. We are the same
Yeah.
age.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's the type of environment I want to go to. I don't really want to go to a I don't want to be around young cats. I
Yeah.
don't want to be around a whole bunch of people. And like you say,
Yeah.
I don't know if I can pull 500 people in the building no more. And then
You don't think if you could if you Enrique if you can if all the rules was ran by you, like you said, shit, I'm making the decision on the drinks, I'm making the decision on how much it is to get in, I'm making decision on how this motherfucker is the platform is laid out. You don't think that you can pack out a club. Or it can be a different size club. So we can look at Taboo and say, shit, Taboo is huge.
you fit
But
500 people
if
just
we
on the
working
bottom
with
floor.
something like a little smaller or like shit, 1/4 of Taboo,
Nah, definitely.
Taboo, you
Nah,
think that you
definitely.
can pack that out?
Nah, definitely. Definitely.
Right.
Definitely. Yeah.
Right. So do you have any advice for upcoming promoters? If you could give any, Enrique?
uh Take your time, do your
Yeah.
research, definitely do your research, and some people are gonna call it snooping around, but if I was you, like you, I know you thinking about doing something. Hey, I'm
Right.
at every bar, I'm at every club, I'm at every lounge, I'm at every hookah lounge. I'm trying
Yeah.
to see what the people like. I'm trying to see what the demographic look like, because
Right.
like I said, we're not in the mix no more. So the only
Yeah.
way you
We're
know
not.
what to provide for people is if you was in the mix. That's what made it easy for me. Is I was a clubber Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Don't let the club be
Right.
open on Sunday. I'm in Sunday.
Right. Right. Right.
So I knew what to provide because I was in the mix. Now it was kind of like, in order for me to be able to do something like that, I kind of got to get in the mix a little bit. Like a bar, a lounge, I don't think
Hmm.
it's that hard, because
Yeah.
like I said, all you need is a bar. You got a
Yeah.
bar, you can make money from a bar where you ain't gotta charge at the door.
Yeah.
You know?
So why do you think MJs and O Box still get the crowd that they get? Is it consistency?
Yeah,
Consistency.
yeah, and it's the people.
Convenient. Very convenient too. It's
Yeah,
non-judgmental.
Right.
and you can tell that they enjoy being going there. They enjoy being around each other because you look at the parking. They don't give a shit where they got to park at. They don't
Yeah.
care how they got to park.
They
They,
don't care
they
what they
got
got to dress, how they got to dress.
Yeah.
huh?
They don't care about what they got to wear. I mean, Johnny, you've been to all the spots. I'm gonna be honest with you. MJ's, I done see some crazy stuff at MJ's, bro. Like, so
Trying to,
it's a
push
no
it
judge
over on
zone
me.
in there.
You trying to push it over on me, Mo. I mean, you don't been in all the spots. You see how
Hey, it's
MJ's
a
is.
no judge zone in there, so people feel okay.
It's
Like,
not.
Yeah, they just feel
but you gotta
comfortable.
come with that
Yeah,
stuff on. You gotta come super fly. You
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
look
yeah.
there. You ain't gotta come looking
You
like no
just
crazy
comfortable.
money.
You just come in
Yeah,
there.
you
Yeah,
coming in with some sweats and a white tee, and
yeah.
hey,
yeah.
enjoy
Motherfucker,
yourself, and nobody gonna judge you because that's the type of vibe MJ provide.
yeah,
You know,
So do you think the promoters like, all right, say Enrique, you promote him. Say you got me down the road, then you got Curtis, then you got Nino down the road, then you got this other new dude on join the team down the road. do you think the competition of not the competition of each other, like, because I look, when you a boss and when you're a leader, you want to be in that leadership role. Do you think the community don't know how to work together no more? Like, do you think it's got to be that one person in control? Like, if Rike say, "Hey,
It
Mo,
definitely got to be
come
like
rock with me," I'm gonna be like, let's go 50-50. He gonna be like, nah, I can't do that. Or if I come to Jimmy, Jimmy might not say that because he got knowledge. He a OG. He like, Mo, whatever you want to do, he already experienced in the game. Or then I come to Nino and he say, shit, I want 50-50 too. Do you think the community don't know how to work together because everybody know the people?
that's
But it ain't
probably,
about
but we
the
all know the same people too.
but it ain't
Majority
Right,
about
of
the
people
right.
that
it
we,
ain't about
if
the
you
community.
if
It's
you
Yeah,
about
heard
the
Johnny,
head. It's
go ahead.
about the heads you talking to. It's
right,
about the person that you talking to. Because if you get all those heads together, they gonna draw the community. But
right.
you have to get the person that you're talking to be on the same level as you. Because I tried that at Wall Street. I tried to get Junction 45 and Garden Palace and us to come together as managers at the club. I tried to pull all the managers together. But when I
Uh-huh.
tried to do it, the brother that was running that nowhere, Dominique, he was like, fuck it. I'm not even coming in that bullshit. I'm not with this shit. I'm about this shit all by myself.
Yeah.
So until you get the mindset of the person that you're talking to and he's on that same level with you, the community will come together if they see that you doing the right damn thing and they understand they liking what you're doing. But it ain't
I
about
think it's hard for the community to come together, Jimmy, because
no, it's not the
you
community. You gotta stop talking about the community. You gotta talk about the people that you trying to come together and make this shit work. Who you
When the leaders
collaborate
agree, the community will
yeah,
fall in place. It's always the homeboy of a leader. Like it could be
yeah,
five bosses in a room, right? Johnny Mo could be me,
yeah, yeah,
you. I'm gonna
with.
use
Right.
examples: Kurt, Jersey,
yeah.
Nino. But then it could be a homeboy of somebody else saying, "Oh, I don't rock with this dude," or
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
always like that. It's always like that. The leaders will all be on the same page, but because he got somebody in his ear, hey, now he
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
pull away, or now he want more money, or he want a different spot, or he just want to do it with this guy because he done heard his homeboy say something about this guy. That's just how because me personally, I feel like that's how you make money. You get people together. So when
yeah.
I was at Taboo, if I didn't sell the section, I'm giving the section to the people who come all the time. So GYB, y'all got a section every week. Y'all come in here.
But do
Yeah.
you think you can do Enrique? So me and you right around the same age. Do you think you can be part of something where you're not in control? You have a lot of
Yeah.
experience. Everybody know you in the city. When Enrique got some, he the one to talk to. Or you can go talk to Smiley. You can talk, but Enrique is the one that organized everything, got everything together. He's the one in control. If somebody hits you up and said, "Hey, Enrique, I want you to be a part of this," and you're not in control though, but you're a part of it. Do you think you can do something like that? Because
Depends.
we know Enrique from being in control. We know Jimmy as being in control. I done hollered at Jimmy so many times and say, "Hey, what's up, Jimmy? What's going on? Hey, Mo, let me know what you need." He a OG. He's solid to it. He know what's going on. But would Enrique do that too? And just to be honest, if somebody hit you up and say, "Hey, I know I got something going on. Can we make it happen?"
It depends who it is. I'm
Okay.
being honest. I mean,
Right.
I'd have been in situations, bro, where I jumped in with stuff with. I always give the benefit, meaning I'm
Right.
always going. My wife be telling me I'm too nice, but I'm
Yeah.
always lead people for what they tell me for the most part. Because if I go
Yeah.
in there with a negative mind frame or I don't know, then I have all type of thoughts and I'm not gonna give it my all. So I gotta go in and say, hey, this dude's solid. He's speaking what he's saying. I'm
Yeah.
a ride with it. So, but I done been in situations like that a couple times and it wasn't legit. So it kind of gotta be like it gotta. I basically I'm gonna have to get bought in. I'm gonna have to get bought in the sense to where hey, this dude really sold it to me, bro, and I jumped down because like I said, hell, we getting old, Johnny. We ain't got no time to waste no more, bro.
Yeah,
We ain't got no
we,
time to waste, bro.
hey, we done went through them struggles. Shit, we ain't
Yeah,
got
I
no
ain't got
time to
time
waste,
to waste.
man.
So it's like if I jump down on something, I'm
Yeah,
okay with following something. I always tell about I'm good. I'm okay with following a leader. You can't be a leader till you can follow a leader.
right,
I
right,
That's
right,
followed
true.
right.
leaders
True
before,
that.
that's why I could be
That's
one.
right.
So
Yeah.
at
Already.
this point in my life, I can follow a good leader. You tell me what I got to do, but you got to be a good leader. You know what I'm saying? You got to
You have to
be
learn how to follow to lead.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the
You have to
leader,
learn how
And
to
it's
Jimmy,
follow
you was
always
to.
just speaking about that about your homeboys. You was on their wing before you came to be who you are today.
You got to learn
Let
how
me
to
say
follow. Yeah, that's just what it is, man. And it's all about the mentality of the person that you're dealing with, and what's his purpose for being in this. Is he in this for just to make the quick dollar? We all in there to make the quick dollar, but are we in there to make this place that the people are coming to? Are we in there to make it for this place real nice for the people that's coming in there spending the money? Are you just taking their money and giving them a trash ass place to come to? A
Yeah,
hole in the wall. You just get them a
Yeah.
hole in the wall.
Yeah.
People ain't coming back to a hole in the wall. They can see if the changes are being made.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you're not going to be upfront and make the changes to
Yeah.
satisfy the customer, you're going to lose the customer. And that's why that Wall Street changed so many fucking times. It changed so many different names because he wasn't making the money right then because he didn't
Right.
want
Right.
to
Right.
ride
Right.
with Wall Street. He didn't want to ride with Wall Street and let me do what I was doing with Wall Street to keep bringing the people. So, oh no, we ain't making no money this week. Okay, let's go. Let's change the club to this. Let's change the club to this. Wall Street was every fucking thing you could be, from country to rock and roll to
Yeah.
and like you just said
everything. It's
about mentality, what he just said about mentality is like back then it's like I was making money, but I didn't even know what I want to do with the money. If that makes any sense. You
Right.
know,
Right.
you
yeah,
name all
yeah,
the top promoters of our time,
Uh-huh.
Johnny, the same guy that
Yeah.
just recently, we could easily say, hey, we got enough money to build our own taboo. We literally, I know for a fact, I don't even know what
Yeah.
everybody made, but I know we made a lot of money in the 10 years,
Yeah.
15 years of promotion,
Yeah. Yeah.
but at the same time, I was just telling Kurt, I said, I feel like I was content with working for somebody. I could sit here and complain, but it's like I wasn't doing nothing about it. I wouldn't hit
Yeah.
Kurt up like, hey, let's go build our own, bro. Because
Right.
like we said at the beginning of the podcast, is the people who are owning has the most control. You gotta own
Right.
it to really have
Yeah.
control. And at no point in time did none of us own anything, so we don't really have the
exactly. And
control.
and they weren't going to allow it, and
And
that's
it's
why they
okay.
were just.
And it's
That's
okay.
why,
Hey, I'm just working to just, hey, make some money, take care of my
Yeah.
bills, take care of my
right,
family.
right,
That's what you
Right.
want.
right.
But at that time, I know I wanted more. I wanted more in the sense of, man, I wish I could have my own building, my own bar, my own club.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we didn't act on any of that.
Yeah,
Yeah. We didn't
exactly,
I,
act on it.
exactly,
Right.
exactly.
so I just being honest, well, I didn't act on it. I was
And
just
none of us act on it. The only person, until none of us act on it, because we had to act on, and that was the whole thing about it. Because all the owners of these buildings was in cahoots. Speedy Miles was in cahoots. Gene Davis was in cahoots. So you couldn't get, if you couldn't get past them, and they was all in cahoots with Flores and Bays and them. So
Mhm.
if we came to one of us that really wanted to go get a building, oh, you're gonna have a problem, because the first thing, Gene gonna holler at Bays or Flores and say, "Who's this trying to get? Jimmy's trying to get a building. Oh no, he can't get this building.
exactly how they operate too.
Yeah.
You get
Yeah.
he can't get that building."
Oh, it's
And
that
you
deep.
see, they was trying to monopolize all the big buildings from Chirac to
Yeah.
Junction 45 and all the clubs that was in the little spot over there. Once those clubs was down, where else you gonna get a club that's already facilitated with what you need for it to be a club without spending umpteen
Even
money?
even Miss Priscilla, but she was a renegade. She wasn't against
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
She
Yeah.
didn't give a damn what they talk about.
Yeah. She
I,
was. Priscilla
let me
was a
let me
motherfucker.
let me ask you something. Let me ask y'all something, man. I respect y'all guys' experience. I expect y'all. I mean, I respect y'all guys' experience. I respect y'all guys' knowledge in the game. Y'all been in the game for a minute, man. Do you think Killeen will have a club scene like it used to? Not,
No.
I know it won't be exactly like it used to. I know that, but do you think it will be anything like how it used to?
No. No.
I'm gonna
No.
be honest with you, and I say this very humbly. Like even with artists coming down, it's not the
Right?
same. You're not
It
gonna,
ain't.
you can't double, triple what your money is. You gotta hope that you can make half of what you made spent on an artist nowadays. Back then, certain artists, majority of the artists that I would say about 50% of the artists that we booked, the goal was 100 grand. If we ever
Yeah.
reach it, now we're a couple 5, 6 grand away from it before,
Yeah.
but we never reached it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, just thinking, I'm just gonna say about concerts. I don't think we'll ever see that ever again. When you
No.
think about it, bro, I sat back and I thought about it. I said, when we're talking about platinum recording artists, Cardi B, Young
Platinum, bro.
Boy,
You brought them down here.
Rod
Like
Wave,
I don't think nobody like in the club industry brung as many artists as y'all guys did, man. So that was a experience at that 2016, 17, 18, the way you were bringing these guys down, man. You dig what I'm saying? So you don't think we'll never see that
Nope,
again?
nope. See, it's
Really,
just like
next
it was
up,
like
Johnny Mo, we
But
don't.
why though? Why don't it's still
because
artists out here?
the whole culture and the whole social life has changed.
But
It's not
what
go,
about other cities though,
I don't
Jimmy?
know
In
about other
Houston,
cities, and
yeah.
that's something that's not our concern. Is the other cities? We
But
t-
they
we
making it happen. But
they making it happen because he said, like he told you, they
yeah,
got a culture. They got a
okay,
culture there, and it's been continuously, and they got enough. Just look at what they have in these other places.
Bro,
Austin
they're
is
building a what's the Dreas in Vegas. They're building one in Dallas. We
right.
not nowhere close to nothing like that.
Yeah,
They're building a Dreas that's in Vegas in Dallas. That's about to be opened up what 25,
okay,
2025.
okay. So Jimmy, you say culture, and Enrique, you say culture. So what do y'all guys mean by? I know what culture means. Okay, everybody who's probably listening to this now know what culture means. But if you could pinpoint what you mean by saying that we have no culture, did we have culture back then and we don't have it now, or it just never been no culture? Like
It's
what
fading
are we
away.
getting with the
The
culture?
the older we get, the more it's fading away. What I mean by culture is it was some type of structure. It was a lot more families involved. It was kind of like
Right.
things that you already know. It's a given. You already know. Man, how can I say it? Like now, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Killeen is so diverse. You got new promotion groups and people I've
Yeah.
never seen or heard a day of my life.
Right.
And then I find out you guys been promoting Killeen for 3 years. So it's
Yeah.
like back then you knew who were the promoters. You knew, hey, back in Wall Street area,
Yeah.
to get
Yeah.
up
You
with
know.
Mr. Jimmy,
Yeah.
to go
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
up with Dion
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the
right.
other Jimmy. You knew who to go talk to for
Right.
certain
Right.
things. Nowadays, you really don't know, bro.
You really don't.
You
I
really don't
see what you're
know.
saying.
And it's like you don't know what you're getting at none of these spots. Like I'm gonna say the consistency is the MJ, the consistency is the hangovers,
Yeah.
the O box.
Yeah.
O box not even open no more, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's still open.
Oh,
it's
okay.
still,
Well, those are the
but
Yeah.
consistent those and but O box MJs, they got culture behind it that it's still standing on all 10.
Right.
But like
Right.
I
Right.
said, that's a no judge zone. Hangover, you
Yeah.
gotta come. You can't dress the same as when you go to hangover, you go to MJ's.
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
mean
Yeah.
by that is you can get
Yeah. I
away
see what
with
you're
certain
saying.
stuff in MJ's. You can't get away
Yeah.
with it. What's his name? And I like
Right.
MJ's too. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. You can go up there on a Sunday, say I'm get up out the bed and just go kick it for 2 hours and come home. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Keep your do-rag on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
What would you say about what would you say? I appreciate that, Enrique. What would you say about the culture when you explain the culture, Jimmy? If you can explain that in your terms. And I got one more question for you guys, and we're gonna be out of here, man. We're about at an hour. But what would you say about culture that has changed?
the culture had changed. That the camaraderie, the people know when on this time, this is what's going down. You had at the block
Right,
where we
right,
was, at the block we was, we know we could go sit in teasers and watch those freaks strip on a Sunday night. On a
right, right,
Sunday
right,
night
right,
after
right,
the
right,
club on Saturday night, we could go there. We knew what's going down on Thursday night. We know
uh-huh.
where the party is on Thursday night. Everybody's gathering where we know they're gonna gather on Thursday
Right.
night. So everybody have done what they're gonna do, and then boom, we know what we're gonna do. At Thursday night, we go on the city lights and have a ball. We know we go and
Everybody knew.
we dressing on Saturday night because we going
Yeah,
to Wall Street.
right,
And
right.
we know, okay, if Enrique got a big ass group going. It's known.
It's
Culture
known, yeah.
I'll give you an
it's
example.
imbibed into you.
I started that group when people walked in. Bro, I didn't know 90% of the people that came in the club the
Shit,
first.
99.
I didn't know. I'm like, where the hell did y'all come from? But
Yeah,
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 to me, that's not a problem. But that's pretty dope to get people that you don't know come in the club. That mean you're doing your job.
exactly.
But at the same time,
Because
it's like
if that kind
I
of
know who's
people,
at this bar. I know who's at the front door. The
right.
front door person know everybody who's coming in the club.
right,
That's because we have some type of structure, culture, foundation. We don't have that now. It's 25 different promotion groups.
Yeah,
Man, it's too much going on, man. Too
right.
much
yeah,
going on.
it's just like back then when it was in the 2000s. 90s and 2000, we had every group that you could think of come through from Trina to ESG,
Yeah.
all the different groups at that time, Little Flip, they used to live in City Lights. All these groups that came out of Houston, Big Mo, all them used to come through the City Lights. That was the culture because everybody knew at that time, boom, Jim and them got these people, and we know where we're going to be
And when
whenever.
these niggas say it, we know it's gonna happen. When these niggas
Yeah.
Exactly.
say
Yeah.
it, we know it's gonna be live. Now it's people
So
saying
that's what
it,
I'm
and
saying. I think a lot of I think social media got a lot to do with it though.
And the people
Like
that
yeah,
do
it's got so
right,
much
they got
control.
everything to do with it. So you have,
Right.
I figure, for the club life, entertainment life that you got to hook on to them influencers. You got to
Yeah.
hook on to them influencers that's got millions, 500,000, 200,000 people
Yeah.
that they influence, and set them inside your joint and say, look, this is what's going on. They be the motherfuckers in charge. But it used to be
followers and
word,
followers,
yep,
followers and followers.
it used to be word of mouth.
Yeah.
It used to be word of mouth. Nobody could say, "Look, man, we going here, we going here." But now it's the phones. It's the
It could
phone.
be
It's social
somebody who
media.
absolutely got no juice, but they got thirty
Yeah.
thousand followers on IG, and they
Exactly.
going where that 30,000 followers going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's how it works now, bro. That's how it
Yeah.
works. You
that's the
know.
only way
Hey,
it
so
works.
let me say this, man. I appreciate y'all guys coming out, coming to this platform, expressing y'all experiencing, and even though y'all spin y'all opinion or y'all saying what y'all gotta say, it's still knowledge at the same time. You dig what I'm saying? So to the ones that's watching, you know what I mean. I know they're enjoying this show. Jimmy, the club god, been in this motherfucker since '95, like he said. Enrique did some
Ah,
things for the city that we never seen before. But before I get out of here, man, I gotta give y'all respect to the stage and act. Is it anything that I didn't ask or anything that y'all want to expose when it comes to the club scene or come to upcoming promoters, anything that y'all have on y'all mind that y'all want to express before we get out of here, man?
Not for me. All I know,
Mm.
I keep hearing that what's coming on in Killeen, that they trying to build up downtown Killeen.
Yeah,
A lot of little clubs that upcoming clubs are moving. They're giving them the right to come down and occupy those buildings down there. So they
yeah,
trying to make it like a congested mini
right, 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 right.
Sixth Street, like in Austin. They trying to have a little Sixth Street going on and down in uh,
Yeah,
Killeen.
yeah, yeah. I
Down
see what you're
in
saying.
yeah, you know
Yeah,
they,
I see what you're saying.
you know,
It's a lot of Miss Carolyn was telling me she moving the east end of downtown Killeen, man. And
yeah,
she was telling me
yeah,
there's a lot of people having like a lot of lounges and clubs and things of that
exactly.
nature when it comes to
That's what
Killeen.
it's gonna be like down there. You see twice as nice the Funny Club.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
he down there, and
they
yeah,
it's
got
yeah.
another,
OT Genesis coming down.
huh?
You say what,
They
Rike?
got OT Genesis coming down.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He been having a lot of
Who
up
got OT
name.
Genesis coming down?
The price is 20
Oh, really?
for a concert.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
I seen the flyer a couple days.
So
So is you Jimmy? Let me ask you this too before you go, and I'm gonna ask Enrique. Are y'all guys out the game now? Can people still reach out to y'all guys, you know, man, for the listeners, if they want knowledge or if they wanted to work with y'all guys, can they still reach out to y'all guys for opportunity to work with
yeah, I'm setting up a consulting business. No man,
you? Yeah,
I'm out of it,
yeah.
dog. Ain't
You
nothing
out
I
of
can
it?
do. Ain't nothing I can do with it. Ain't nothing I can do with it. I just hope the people enjoy themselves and be careful out there. That's all I'm saying, because there's so much
Already.
going on right now, and all this gunplay. They making
Yeah,
Texas like it is Wild Wild West, dog. So all I can
yeah.
say is be careful if you out there. I
I
don't care
already
who you
respect
are,
that,
because
OG.
they're not just robbing you at your club. They robbing you at HEB and
Yeah,
Walmart.
yeah.
So just be careful. All I can say is be careful.
But you out the game.
I'm out the game.
You out the game
You don't think we
already.
can ever bring
Enrique,
that
speak
much
on it, man.
Jimmy?
Is you out the game?
No, the game for me is done.
It's done.
I had my celebrity, my little celebrity vibe
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
was in the game. Ain't no
yeah.
need me to keep pushing. It ain't there no more for me. There nobody know my old ass no more, man. So I leave it up to those. I leave it up. I leave it up to those that can do it. I can't do it, so
Yeah.
I leave it up
Already.
to
hey,
them.
hey, but you dare when I call you Jimmy every time you dare
Oh
though, bro.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Those that I know, if I can give you some insight, I'm more than
Yeah, yeah,
willing.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
more
yeah.
than willing to try to help anybody I can. And if anything I can give you that's constructive criticism or just tell you something that you might be able to use, oh, I'm more
Right.
willing to do so.
Okay.
My knowledge
Enrique, you
ain't
still in the game?
locked down now. My knowledge ain't
Already.
out
I
of,
know it. That's
it
what
ain't
I'm
out of the
saying. I don't
game
even
yet.
want to let them know right now. I'm gonna just
Yeah,
hold that for me, Jimmy.
maybe 2 or 3 years from now, I might not even remember I talked to you. Yeah.
That's
No,
how I be, man. Sometimes, Enrique,
I-
man, you still in the game? You do what I'm saying? You got a lot of experience. You know what I mean? The latest biggest club in the city has been known as Taboo. You did what you do. So you still up for works, or you just out the game? You laid back right now. You know what I mean? Uh, uh, let the people know where you at right now, man.
Uh, I ain't. I wouldn't say I'm out the game, but I'm not looking for it.
Right.
I would love to get back in a good situation. That's the main thing, man. I got a family. I ain't got time to play. I ain't got time to
Yeah.
waste. If we're
Right.
gonna do it, I'm not looking to, you didn't see me several times. People try to take shots on me. I ain't drinking in the club. I'm
Yeah.
trying to take care of business. I might drink a little bit, but I ain't out here trying to get drunk in the club. I'm trying to take care of business. So if the right opportunity presents itself, oh man, shit, let's make this money, But like I
Already.
said, it depends on who the person is and the situation, because I ain't got time to waste no more. We got to get it. So I still got a foot in the game, man. I still got a foot in the game. And then, like I said, like you said, I'm out the mix, but I'm still in the mix. I still
Yeah.
coach. I still
Yeah.
train.
You still
So
got
I
that
still see a
network and them
lot of
connects,
people.
huh?
Still know a lot of people. Still
Yeah.
Yeah,
rubbing
yeah,
elbows with a
yeah,
lot of people. Just not in the club world. But I
Yeah.
know, hey, these same people. These what you want to say? The older crowd, the
Yeah.
30 plus, 30 to
Yeah.
45 crew. So I'm like, man,
Yeah.
I can get a spot. I can put these people in a nice spot and we can kick it. So
Already.
it's an
Believe
opportunity
that.
to itself. I just ain't looking at it. I ain't looking for it.
Already, man. Hey, man, we appreciate the listeners out there, man, on Black Mustard, man. Be sure to follow us on all platforms, man. We got my man, the club god, Jimmy Haskin, and we got well known, man, in the city to do what he do, man. The club prince, man, Enrique Suave, man. I appreciate y'all guys on this platform. Much love, much respect,
I
much
appreciate
knowledge,
you, man. I
and
appreciate
y'all know what it is, man. I appreciate y'all guys.